good afternoon. Following the announcement of Perry as vice chairman, can you just give us a little bit of background on how has this come about and how you found Perry or how he found you and why he's getting back involved in the club, please?
Yes, it's a very good story actually. I was on holiday back in September. I got an email from Perry asking, saying he'd previously been involved with the old Greenwich Borough and he was interested in some volunteer work. Now, as you know, once we'd formed the club back in June, everything was a bit surprised to most people that we actually got where we were so quickly. And the first thing I did was to try and research the old Greenwich Borough, find out a bit about them, the ownership, the structure, the supporters, the sponsors, and I also did the social media research and didn't come up with much, to be fair. I think the sponsors, the club had gone under, the previous owners were nowhere to be seen, and the sponsors, from what I could see, were no longer trading, so it was a bit difficult. And there was no online support presence either. And I guess I didn't look back far enough. I'd been told about the brothers that had previously run the club, I think back up to about 2016, but there wasn't much on the internet, so I left it with the intention of picking it up once we got to our own ground, which is hopefully next season. Fast forward to September, as I got an email from Perry, and I was on the beach in Rhodes, and I picked the phone up straight away and I called the number. Much to the annoyance of my family, put a towel over my head and called Perry, and we got talking, and we talked. It must have been a long time because the family weren't very happy when I'd finished. But what he said to me was fascinating. It was exactly what I'd been looking for. I've been looking for that link between the two clubs, to link the two clubs, because I think that's important. In much the same way as Wimbledon, for example, different club, different ground, but I think what's important about football clubs, any football club, especially non-league, is the supporters. The clubs belong to the supporters, volunteers, the people who live and breathe that football club. And I wanted to reconnect with them, and that was very important. And when Perry contacted me and told me the story, which I'm sure he'll tell you about in a moment, which is a very heart-rending story. It just all seemed to fit, and since then we've spoken many times, and Perry's been attending games, and yeah, it's just great to have him on board, and as we've just announced, he's become vice chairman, which I'm absolutely delighted about.
Perry, first of all, congratulations on your appointment as vice chairman of AFC Greenwich Borough. Can you take us back to the beginning, please? Talk us through how you first got involved with Greenwich Borough FC with you and your brother.
It goes back to 2013, and a very close friend of mine was manager at the time, and I was about to fold, and he asked me did I want to get involved. So I contacted my brother, he was happy, and we took over the club. It's quite strange seeing the plans Paul and the board, Brett and Gary have got for the club, the new AFC Greenwich Borough, was exactly what me and my brother was trying to achieve back in 2013. We wanted to go up the leagues. There was no sort of level to where we was going to stop, and it all suddenly we got promoted into step 4 from step 5, and then I was on holiday in France in the August, and I got a phone call from my younger brother saying, "You don't believe this, David's had a heart attack and passed away," and he was only 50 at the time, and that was 3 years into Greenwich Borough Football Club. I tried to do what I could do to keep it going, trying to cut the budget, trying to save money here, there, left, right, and centre. But the downside was I was never going to be able to fulfil the ambitions of what we looked at, like an own ground, that sort of thing. The same thing that's happening now with AFC Greenwich Borough. So sadly, I had to hand the reins over to some people that was going to take us on, but unfortunately it didn't work out and the club had to fold. So fast forwarding into 2025, one of my nephews is a coach with one of the youth side for the under 15s, and I was at his nan's funeral and he mentioned about AFC Greenwich Borough. I'd roughly heard about it, and then he was telling me of the ambitions and what they was meaning. They was only going to have a vet side, and then they got put into step 6 of the pyramid, which was fantastic. And then I sort of see all the plans and I thought, wow, this is like deja vu. It's like, this is what I wanted to do back then. And I contacted Paul via an email, and then he rang me back, and I said to him, I'd love to get involved at whatever level or whatever stage. The vision you've got for the club and the community, because it's about the community and the kids in the area, which is exactly what our vision was back in 2013. And it's such a great opportunity. There's some fantastic people on board. They've got the right backing, they've got the right people. The infrastructure is amazing. I mean, the scholarships, the Sunday sides, the ladies sides, it's literally all in place to have a team on a Saturday, semi-professional, with no holds bar, to go as far as they personally want to go, as far as the board and the owners want to take the first team on a Saturday. It's literally sky's the limit, and yeah, no, it's a bit amazing to be back involved with the name Greenwich Borough and GB10. It's all part of, it's all part of my history now, you know what I mean? And it's literally, I see a chance of achieving something with the people that are behind it, of being, even just on a name, being named in with the people, Paul, Brett, Gary, Tony, literally being part of those is just a proud moment, like a proud thing for me to be involved in.
I'm sure they feel exactly the same about being named alongside yourself as well.
Yeah, I really appreciate the welcome I've received from the people. I've known Tony Russell for many years in non-league. Paul and Gary and Brett I've got to know over the last couple of months, and they've been so welcoming, and yeah, it's been fantastic. And it just feels right and natural to come on and try to help as much as I possibly can to move the club forward and the community as well. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to what the future holds for AFC Greenwich Borough. It's fantastic.
Fantastic. I'm just going to take us back slightly. If you can just take me back to when you come off that first phone call with Paul, and he spoke to you about what we're actually doing here, what we're trying to achieve, and you kind of saw that actually this is exactly what we were trying to achieve for yourself and your brother.
Yeah.
How did that feel?
Oh, it felt like it was someone that you know has got the same ambition and the same drive and the same focus as you've got yourself. And sometimes you meet people and you become instant friends, and there's an instant connection. And I think for what we've both gone through in non-league football, literally it's like two channels actually running together, but then all of a sudden coming together.
Yeah.
And it's really exciting and really pleased to be involved.
Fantastic. And what do you personally want to achieve in your role as vice chairman at this football club?
Whatever the club want to achieve, I'm behind it, whatever way, shape and form I can support the people. I'm there for them. It's literally, I would want the club to achieve as much as it possibly can, not being able to run before you can walk, and you want to be self-financing, self-containing, because every club that's got a big backer, which I found out with my brother, once they're not involved, you lose the club. But with the AFC Greenwich Borough, the infrastructure, that's not going to happen. Like Tony said in an interview he did, once this train starts moving, it's literally, you're not on board, you're going to miss the boat, or miss the train, so I say. But no, literally, and I've seen the games, and the youngsters that are coming through, they're playing because they want to play football. been involved, and you get so many players that play for the money, even though it's not their main income. It's literally play football where you enjoy it. Money is a bonus, but the kids here, they're just playing for it, and you can see it in the smiles on their faces when they're out on the pitch and they're winning games. And the quality of the youngsters here is literally phenomenal. Literally, what I've seen, the way they've played against teams in their own league, teams in the league above, they can play a team in step 4 and be more than hold their own. At the moment, that's the way they are. Yeah, and I'll put that down. Yeah, the management side set up, and coaches are doing a great job.
Can you just give me one message you want to give to any of the supporters or previous backers of the Cannons?
Yeah.
About the new AFC Greenwich Borough?
Well, if you pick up this interview on whatever social media platform, if you was involved anyway with the old Greenwich Borough as a volunteer, we had many volunteers and supporters. We did get the fan base up. You've got to come down to GB10. Even now, if you can get over to Holmesdale where they're playing their games, next season hopefully it'll be here in Eltham, you must come along and rejoin the journey that me and my brother set out to do back in 2014, because you will feel part of the same Greenwich Borough, because it is literally Greenwich Borough, AFC, Greenwich Borough from the past. It's one club and still the same.
Awesome, thank you, Perry.
No problem, thank you.
So Paul, it's great to have Perry back on board. Where do you now see this going for the football club, and how is Perry's involvement going to take us to the next level?
Right, that's a good question, Darren. As I said before, I was looking for that link, and Perry is that link. The way I see it, the way we see it as a board, that when we get the new ground, we can, obviously we want to adopt the nickname the Cannons, so that's an immediate link. Try to run the badge as well, which is good. So yeah, that's one thing, and then hopefully we'll be able to perhaps name a suite within the new building. And I said to Perry, I would call it the David Skinner suite in memory in honour of his brother. And then maybe get some nice photographs up, action shots of the previous Greenwich Borough. Then, like you said, we'll invite everyone down who was part of the old club, players, management, supporters, sponsors, whatever it might be. So let's start off and work, sort of work together to help build the new Greenwich Borough and take off basically from where you left off in 2016. Yeah. So let's go back to where we were, and let's continue that dream, Perry's and David's dream, and let's see if we can really push on. And that's, like you said, let's not make any predictions about the future, but I think, like he says, the way we want to do it is to be self-sustainable. We don't want to be relying on benefactors or people pumping money in. We want this club to function and survive, under its own steam, and hopefully progress up the leagues, and just get on that journey. Let's just see how far we can get.
What you'll actually see on the badge, the design for Greenwich Borough, is a lot of callbacks to the Borough and to Greenwich Borough FC, which you may or may not have noticed. So the Borough's mantra of "We govern by serving" is around the badge.
Yeah.
You've got the stars and the cannons. So everything we've done here at AFC Greenwich Borough has actually been inspired by what you managed to achieve with Greenwich Borough FC. And we very much are by the Borough, for the Borough. So thank you for everything you've done, and you've already inspired us. And I look forward to seeing what you're able to achieve alongside Paul at this club.
No, look, it'd be brilliant.
Welcome on board.
Thanks for having me.